Another day, another video. Well, I say another day, but it's been a few days.
Hope this rain is warm.
How am I supposed to leave? Like through here? Oh, that can be right.
Let's see.
Back at it again, at these guys. I'm not gonna fight them again, but still.
That's a gnote. Easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed.
Wait, just like a mount just like that. Okay. I thought it'd be,
That's a resource totem. A monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Don't distract this beastie. It's working. Wood scrap's great for building things.
as I was about to say, I thought it'd be, longer or harder, I suppose, to tame would I die? If I... Like, I just got him. I'll save just in case. I'll save. And then... You'll love to see it. Oh wait, like with him? Or it? What is that? I don't see nothing, so it's a her. Oh, I missed. Missed again. I'll get it. Wait, one sec. There we go.
It's the chug yard. Needs a key.
And where can I get that key from? I would assume inside here. Probably. Well, how does one... do I need to use the other weapon?
Daytime is a good time to be outside. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. The rails used to be filled with chugs packed tight with two-leggeds, like guppos in a tin. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribe's always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Now that's a flesh wound. Right where it counts. You're injured. Made it count. Sharp steel. You're in pain. Sure useful. We all share the same destiny. Destruction or survival. Let's see. The deep cut. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Lupa-Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
That is how you shine light at the dark.
Seriously, don't doubt the dark.
I'm so proud of you for doing the right thing.
Can't believe you let that loser sway you.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you... Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. Thinks that's more than most are. It's hard to keep to a path like that. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue color, that is. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors.
I've done it. Nothing has happened. I think I've done it. Have I done it?
You need to line up the switches so they match.
White, yellow.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Make the most of the night while you can. That's the leftover you're looking for. Pat. No one likes to fall. Gross. This place stinks. You don't get to wander below ground like this every day. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts.
Oh. Oh. I don't know what to call it. Something. Mekton.
The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. Time to do it on your own. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that moved. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like. Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn Myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones. Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Says he's not sure, but if you're going to haunt something, it seems a waste not to eat it. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster haunter. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big. There's no better place to start than a scrip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later.
Fair enough. Also, we back. Back. Also, time to pee as well.
Let's see. Winners get to keep moving.
Why can't I pick it up?
Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters.
I can't see anything and I don't know what's happening.
Got one.
Level up? No? Okay. Hate to see it.
Put that thing behind you. Locked.
Thought so.
Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death.
Sad. Maybe sad, actually. When you reach a point where you cause your own death, is it really sad though? So we're just leaving it like behind, just like that? Oh, I can summon them whenever I want. That's not good. I mean, the light seems to be shining here. Oh, was about to say, so there has to be something here.
Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there.
Thought it was a snake. I was about to shit my pants a bit. See what's happening right there? That's what's about to happen inside my pants. Wait, so what's supposed to happen? Oh, something here maybe? No, just a waste of time.
All yours now.
Oh, there.
Handy.
Oh, missed and missed again. And okay.
You need to line up the switches so they match.
Alright, let's see. Tuk tuk tuk.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
And tuk tuk. Easy. That's a genius.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Now you just need a reason to pull the trigger of this instrument of death.
Let's try it. That's not the button. Oh. That's see, this is a dangerous option right here. This is an option that one shouldn't mess with. I will pet though, because I good human. And then I will kill this one just because I can. Shit caught me off guard though, I'm not gonna lie. I thought, you know, I mean, I don't know what I thought, but I just, you know, not kill, I guess, just not that. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm not a big fan of the attack speed, but the damage though.
It's cleanly cut.
Oh yeah, right, there was a skill for this weapon, the double-handed ones. Not here. This one, I think, where he just turns around. Oh, big fan. Oh no, it was this one. Yeah, no, I'll get this one then. Let's try it for the one time for the boys. Oh, that's hot.
Upcycling at its best.
Is there something here? No? Nice sunny day on a Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday.
In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster.
Some would argue that there is somewhere. Kill it? No? Shame.
He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done.
Possible future upgrade?
It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. He asks you to not even think about taking on the Jumbo Puff on foot. You'll need the Mekton to do the job, take his word for it. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. It's already quite sturdy, but upgrading it will greatly improve your chances of victory. Gizmo wants to help if he can.
I think that's enough for now. Yeah, I think that's enough for now.
Understands you have things to do.
Don't make it sound bad like that. In any case, we leveled up. Vitality, I suppose. Yeah. But how does one go about increasing the what's it called? The elemental resistance, I suppose.
Life is a difficult game, no matter how you play it.
What, invisible wall? You know what's interesting though? I think we should leave the Jumbo Puff till the next video. Yeah. I mean, video is long enough as it is, so you know, you wouldn't want to prolong, you know. Too much of something is not good at that point, so even if that something is good, you know, keep that in mind, kids. So goodbye. Sleep tight. And don't let anything bite.